Welcome, guys. This is going to be our best live stream that we've had in a while. We got some
Oh
good
yeah,
news. XRP finally beat the case. XRP now has regulatory clarity, and XRP is going to be a main bag of mine. This is a 180 flip because you guys know I've always liked XRP, but I sold XRP back when it was at 30 cents. And I will admit that to you guys. I sold it when it was at 30 cents, and I wish I didn't do that. Now I'm coming back to it, and I think XRP will be a main player next bull run. It could potentially take number
exactly,
two. I'll let Sal go
exactly.
ahead and speak, but I just had to get that out.
All right, yeah, I know Cody's excited. We're gonna get this day started. We're gonna get this stream going. Thank you guys for joining in. Shout out to Logan already in on the day. Welcome back, brother. Hope you're having a wonderful day grabbing that bag. We're here simply investing with me, Sal, and Cody, talking about XRP and the crypto world and everything. So we're glad to have you guys in here. We We've been doing this for quite a while. We've been streaming a couple months. We're just putting a video in front of what we talk about every day. So we're definitely glad to have you guys in here and going to go through this case and all the other fun stuff that can be involved that we go through this. We do this every morning, 8:30 a.m. start, usually somewhere between 8:30 and 9. Crypto morning chat. So like and subscribe, follow us. We do this every morning, Monday through Friday, and then we do what's in your portfolio every Sunday at 9 a.m. Central Central Time. So welcome in, guys, and we're also live on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, pretty much all the channels. And if you're ever curious about our other past lives, they are on the replays are on YouTube and Rumble under Simply Investing. So links are in the bio on TikTok, or you can hop over to YouTube, and links are in the description there. Also, if we always do open forums, so if you guys want to join us live, give your thoughts and opinions, comment them in the chat. I will definitely be more than happy to shout you out, or just come on live. I'm going to drop the link shortly for you guys to join in live. So thank you guys, and really appreciate you coming in. Big row price prediction. We'll get over that in a second. I'm guessing you're referring to XRP. So I'll give you my thoughts on that and TikTok cheat code. Thank you, brother, for coming in. Glad to have you in here. Thank you for your support, and thank you guys
You
for
know,
support so far.
what
We
I'm
definitely
seeing
appreciate
what I'm seeing a lot now is, okay, first off, let me say, if you have a lot of haters, you're doing something right. Let's get that out of the way. Second of all, XRP has always been hated by the masses. It's always been hated, yet it's had all this volume and it's been in the top 10 for a while. Now
it.
all of a sudden, before it was, oh, XRP's in a lawsuit, it could be a security, it could take an L. Now the spiel on XRP is, oh, well, you're going to get dumped on by all the bankers, or oh, there's a lot of coins in circulation, or there's always some excuse on why people hate XRP. And my point is that people have to make excuses to not like you, or if you have a bunch of haters, you're doing something right. And apparently, Ripple and XRP are doing things right. Apparently, because if they weren't, why would it have all these people coping about the success? You have people literally coping about the success of XRP right now, saying, "Oh, well, it won, but it still got these flaws."
Exactly. And first off, there are some Bitcoin maxis kind of going back into the hedge, coming back out as XRP supporters. So it's just kind of funny seeing that happen. But the whole case for XRP as a whole definitely helps transform the live space, the cryptoverse space. Because here's the thing: one, it's the only large cap coin that has actual clear and present clarity on its case. It is not a security, as I've been saying for the last couple months on live, and just what I believe for the last almost 2 years.
Every live, we've been
Building
saying
into
that it's not a security. I'm
it,
sorry, I
it
had to
is
say
not.
that.
It is not. So, but here's the thing. We saw that volume yesterday. The volume of XRP yesterday, all that pump was off of only 3 exchanges. And then Coinbase joined in about 6 to 7 hours after the announcement. And I think it was on Uphold. They had a 1,700% increase in buying of XRP. People were just buying, and then of course the euphoria kicked in, and then people were buying other tokens. But what the Ripple case and the winning against the SEC makes is that puts Ethereum in a little bit stronger position because even though they never went their trial, they are you kind of can use the Ripple case for clarity with them, and this gives investors a huge mark to pick out. Okay, what crypto is a security, what crypto is not a security. So now we have that benchmark for what we're wanting to invest in. Shout out to Cali X2, glad to have you in here, buddy. And then one of our great moderators. Good morning to you too. Hope you're chasing that bag today. Um, I do want to say that there are a few other cryptos that are going to be have a net positive gain just because of the Ripple case, but just the power of that case pulled up the entire crypto market. I had to record it yesterday as to what I actually gained. Like I had a 7% gain on my portfolio, and if you guys have been watching every crypto what's in your portfolio every Sunday morning with us, you guys know that my portfolio has grown from basically about 500,000 up to 623 now just from yesterday. And like I thought, things have gone down a little bit. People are taking profits. I would highly recommend taking profits if you feel comfortable in taking profits. But I also want to go back to another TikTok cheat code, or not TikTok cheat code. I'm sorry, Big Royal. So thank you for your patience there. I don't know if you're still in here, but we my price prediction is that we will see now definitely 5 to 550, maybe 6 on this bull run here, just because now it has clarity. And this might be the breakaway point for cryptos to stop being based on a market cap scenario valuation, instead being based on the valuation of what that token and organization does. And that's usually how the stock market evaluates things, because multiple companies are over $1 trillion in valuation. No one says, well, another company can't be $1 trillion valuation. They say, well, what is it doing?
Yeah.
So with that being said, this now we have a strong case with seeing the activity after the victory for the SE from the SEC on for Ripple. We now can see that we had that volume just off of that. So we're probably going to have another big run up, because now I saw it's listed not only is it on Coinbase, but it's on OKCoin. It's
Gemini.
it's on what's the other one? Crypto.com. It's on
Kraken.
Kraken. It's on almost every exchange now has XRP. And now we're starting today. United States is waking up. The crypto market here is starting to get going, and it is going to make for a significant pump today, probably as well. And people are just buying into Euphoria, into Solana, Cardano, Dot, Atom, Chainlink went up like a whole dollar yesterday, just on itself. Like we went from low sixes to mid sevens,
Yeah.
750. So everything's kind of rising. One second, Cody. Let me just give some people here a shout out. Shout out to Joe Bishop. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate your support, buddy. And shout out to Patrick. Glad to have you in here. Welcome to the stream. Do you think this will trigger an early bull run? I think this will set a good foundation for the next bull run. But I think it's what we're seeing is just
Hype.
XRP trying to find its real price now that the case has been won. I know you got some thoughts, Cody. So take it away here.
Okay. Sorry if it seems like I'm trying to interrupt. By the way, that's not what I'm trying to do. But one thing that we've said before that a lot of people talked about before this case was, oh, well, what if Ripple loses the case? They could still survive outside of the U.S. And they could. But now since this lawsuit is over, that's not a discussion anymore. Ripple is here to stay in the U.S. and as well as other parts of the world, and that's why I'm increasing my bag of XRP. You have a lot of people saying that the supply is too high. There's 100 billion coins, but that doesn't matter when we're going to have all this excess liquidity next bull run. Like JP Morgan and other institutions predicted that next bull run, the whole crypto market as a whole will be worth 10 to 12 trillion dollars. Okay,
Mhm.
if you have a whole asset market class worth 10 to trillion dollars, why would a number 4 cryptocurrency not be able to hit, you know, almost $1 trillion valuation. Like to me, if you have a global crypto market cap of 10 to 12 trillion dollars, XRP is still sitting at number 4. That number
Mhm.
4 market cap should be at like 400, 500, $600 billion. And when XRP is at pretty much what the market cap of Bitcoin is now, I mean, you're talking about almost a $10 XRP.
Yes, and that's not counting if Ripple makes changes to XRP, such as changing the total supply, reducing it down, things like that. But like I said before, it is a currency, and you do need a large sum of it if it's going to be a world pool liquidity for international settlements and banking transactions. Shout out to Cali X2. Glad to be here. What do y'all think about the news? We are glad to be here too to go ahead and keep talking about it.
Feels
Uh,
like Christmas.
Also, that was my number one question: do I take profits, then go? Do I reinvest those profits or not? If you want to take profits, perfectly fine. This is the only time where I would say you want to take the profits and leave the cash in your favorite exchange. I would say Coinbase, Uphold, or crypto.com now, because you can buy any crypto now. You could basically buy off of those exchanges and leave it as your cash in there. And then when you're ready to go back in, because you never know when the markets are going to dip back down again, then start reinvesting what you got in there. If you've been holding, I know one of our great followers, he probably had a heyday, and I messaged him this morning, privately, tell him, hey, if you should be taking some profits, because he doubled his bag, and that would put him at a nice 100K profit. So, and I told him that'd be a good time to take some profits and sit on the sidelines and take time to collect and rethink what you're going to do. Cody, what do you think about taking profits?
So taking profits, that's a big thing of mine. But I don't have $100,000 worth of profit right now. I only have like a just a little over $10,000 portfolio value. So with me, the profit that I am making right now, it's not significant enough for me to want to take profit short term. It's just me, I don't care anything about the short term. I care about next bull run. I'm a firm believer of taking profits in a bull run. Now, if you're, someone like, Sal, or someone like Sal's friend he's talking about, where you have a bunch of you already had enough money in before to where, you get a pump like this, you make $100,000 gain. That's just not someone that's in my tax bracket. Someone that's in my tax bracket would need to worry about taking profits next bull run, because one, you get better tax incentives, long-term capital gains, and two, you actually have life-changing profits where you will see hundreds of thousands of dollar profits, the type of profits people are seeing right now that are much richer than you, if that makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah, Cody is exactly right. Shout out to Cali Crypto. Glad to have you back in here, buddy. Welcome in. Hope you're having a great morning. To you too as well. People are in disbelief. XRP can hit $5.
It
Yeah,
can.
now the euphoria and belief is coming through. Because as we see the greed index we are at 63 greed. So it looks like it's only just beginning. Let's see here. Shout out to Crypto Dream. No problem, buddy. Glad to have you in here. I know we gotta get those tours done, but glad to have you back in here. Thanks for the follow. Shout out to Cali X2. I'm waiting for the dip. Yeah, we're gonna see an eventual dip as people sell off profits. Um, so definitely going to definitely, if you feel like you should take profits, I mean, if you've been buying in from last year, you definitely doubled your money in
Yes.
XRP. If you've been dollar cost averaging, because it was at in the 30s for the longest, so you definitely made quite a bit of bank on there. And I hope all you guys had all your coins secured in hard wallets, because that gives you such flexibility. Because like yesterday, Upheld was shut down for most of the day because excuse me, because their system crashed because of the volume, and that goes to show you how many people have been waiting for this moment. Although I really wasn't thinking that this moment would happen so quickly. I was thinking that we were going to take another 3 to 6 months, but we're glad that it happened, and it's definitely good for the overall crypto space and everything. And I'm just about to go into the numbers there. Shout out to Cali X2. Yeah, my profits are small, so pulling profits sounds good. Almost double dollar cost average. Exactly. Put that money aside. We will see a dip back down, but the 30s and 40s are no longer possible. I hope Surgic Banger, one of our good followers, always comes in. I hope he didn't lose too big on his leverage plays, because no one could expect that, and it just happened like that. And that's the crazy thing about a volatile market like crypto. It just happens. So you never know when it's going to be happen where you can have a scenario like this. So that's why it's always good to load that magazine, you're basically loading your future profits. It's kind of like you're loading up your clips for the next bull run. So when it comes off, you're shooting off your profit and getting out while you can. So, but before we go into any more details about the SEC, and the case with Ripple's case and everything, because there's still a lot more news to cover on it. We do have everyone up, as you can see here. Of course, XRP is up 65% in the last 7 days, 63% in the last 24 hours. We got Bitcoin also up almost 2.5%, Ethereum up 6%. We have Solana up 25%, Litecoin up 1.5%, Polkadot up almost 8%. We have Stellar almost matching XRP at 45%. So any of you guys holding XLM, which is what another one of our good clients had, you definitely made some bank. Cosmos, definitely, it was up almost 9.5%. We're over the $10 mark. Let's see here. We had Hedera up almost 10% as well. Then we have Quant up almost 4%. And Quant's always a last mover. And then you have, of course, you have all the gaming tokens. Most things are up somewhere between 5 and 7%. So we're definitely looking at some growth there, just overall in any token. Seems like no matter what token you had, you kind of had a big pump off
Yeah.
of new.
I'm seeing that with Polkadot too, because Polkadot's one of my favorite coins, and Polkadot throughout the bear market has kind of been forgotten about, even though it's been holding its position in the top 10, top 20. But it's Polkadot has been kind of the one that's been bailing throughout the bear market. I remember last year, Polkadot went down 50% in value within a year, and Quant went up 2x in value. So you would have made money on Quant, but not Polkadot. But now I feel like from now until the next bull run, especially since SEC won the case and we're seeing more confidence on altcoins, because that's what this case did. We're seeing more confidence on altcoins now. So next bull run, like Polkadot, and I hate Solana. I don't like Solana at all. But I will say I still feel like Solana will be here next bull run, and I still feel like you can make money off Solana. As crazy as that sounds, and as much as I don't like Solana, you can still make money off of it. Altcoins like XRP, Solana, Chainlink, Quant, you're gonna make money off those.
Exactly. You're going to make money off of anything in this next bull run, so just be prepared. But it seems like the tokens that are making the most sense are going to drive us forward to where we want to be. And I think Stellar, it's like, I know a lot of guys, I wasn't big on Stellar, it's not in my bag, but if you had Stellar and XRP that you were long-term dollar cost averaging in, as well as XDC, you probably made a bag yesterday.
You made a bag
and
yesterday.
I mean a bag to probably make a down on a house.
If you're bullish on this ISO category, and let's just say you've been dollar cost averaging in the quant, okay, in the past year, and it's easy to say now in hindsight, but in the past year, all these Bitcoin maxis saying buy Bitcoin only, you're losing if you're buying altcoins. Well, if you've been buying quant, if you've been buying XRP, XLM, and XDC, then that was a bull run for you, you know.
Yeah, you got an early bull run. Shout out to NG Dubs. Welcome in. Glad to have you in here. One of our longtime supporters on YouTube. XRP only one part of the case, and billions of institutional sales are still considered as a
Yes,
security.
yes,
So yeah, I'm
yes.
about to cover that for you, buddy. Just going over some, trying to catch up on some of you guys. Um, shout out
That
to
doesn't have
no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that, yeah, people, people are saying that the institutional side, the sales for the institutions were securities, but to me that doesn't make much of a difference. Like
Mhm.
the broader win here is that the retail sales and the exchanges, the sales on the exchanges were not securities, and to me that's all that matters. The institutional side, yeah, that's not good. It didn't look good for Ripple at all, and it made the SEC, partially win, but to me,
Mhm.
it's irrelevant because long term, that doesn't have an effect on XRP and what it does. Ripple's still in the U.S. They're not packing their bags and leaving, so I mean, that doesn't really matter to me.
Yep, exactly. Shout out to Crypto Dream. I had a buddy who spent a lot of money before the February spike. Told him to take profits. FOMO got him. He sold at a loss of 600. I've been DCAing it. Exactly. You want to make sure you take profits too. Oh, especially on Peloton. I don't even know if Peloton's going to. Well, it may make it through there. Shout out to Cali X2. There was a lot of excitement yesterday. Yep, exactly. Uh, keeping clean. Welcome in. Glad to have you in here. Morning. Am new to crypto and have my money on an exchange. It's hard getting it to a wallet. We definitely have a couple of videos on that and getting money to your hard wallet, so you can go onto YouTube or Rumble and look at the one of the replays. But yeah, you don't want to keep it on the exchange because it's a custodial wallet and they have control over it, not you. But what you want to do is the easiest one to do is either a Nano Ledger X or the Arceus wallet. The Arceus wallet is pretty straightforward, especially the new version, and it has a full tutorial on how to actually transfer money from the exchanges to your wallet and how to send it from your wallet to exchanges or to other people. But glad that you got into crypto. I hope you're not grasping too much onto the FOMO, because right now I'm not trying to buy anything right now at the moment. I'm just in a waiting period right now, which is what I suggest most people should do. Shout out to It's Happening Automagically. Great name. Follow Thanks for the follow. Glad to have you here. I do apologize. I'm reading text in from my business, so bear with me here. Woke crypto adopter. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. If you're a fan of CBDCs, buy XRP
Or Quant.
or Quant. Yeah, they're both basically working hard with them. Um, so yeah, I think we got it all caught up there. But thanks for the supports and shares, and thank you, Crypto Dream, for the donations there. Really appreciate that too. I saw those come in, so thank you
You
so
know
much.
what I've noticed? Yeah, like I was talking about earlier, and I know not everybody saying this has these intentions, but I've noticed ever since this case has won, you get excited about Ripple and XRP. People try to like tone you down by saying like, "Oh, well, it was only a partial win," or "Oh, well, XRP's still bad," or "Oh, well, you'll get dumped on." Like yeah, you can get dumped on short term, but and yeah, like I said earlier, it's not necessarily the best look that Ripple lost on the institutional side. But it's like, regardless, like that's just, the point I'm trying to make is that's human nature for you. It's like
Yeah, it is.
when something goes good and you get excited about something, regardless. Like yesterday, like I was really excited. I was in a crypto Telegram group chat and I was talking about XRP. Because all these people in these group chats have been calling me stupid for so long for buying XRP. They call me stupid. And now all of a sudden, I mentioned that and people are like, oh, well, it got lucky, or oh, well. And that's the thing about human nature. Next bull run, you're going to see that too. Your coin pumps and you're going to see like people pretty much trying to tone down your excitement.
Exactly, and you do want to understand we're all human and we get really excited when we see good news and a lot of great things happening, and we're a part of it. We're participating in it. So that's where that fear, that's where the excitement comes in and the euphoria comes in, and then it transforms into fear of missing out, because then you're like, well, I don't want to sell just yet. I think it could go higher. Maybe, no, just let me hold on a little bit more. If it could get here, then I'd be making even more money. That's not a good way to do things. That's not a good way to do things in any investment venture or business venture. It's like where you can take profits, and then you could always come back in and make more money. I'm not trying to
Exactly.
get the 100x. I'm always just trying to get a good double here, a double there, some money here, some money there. And it all adds up when you do it that way. You actually make more money than the person waiting for the 100x. You just
Exactly.
get in, you get your profits, and you move in that methodology. You will always make at least a 7 to 10% gain, just period.
But
Shout
that's why I'm firm. Oh, sorry.
No problem. Shout out to Brand 005. Thanks for the follow, and shout out to the True Stings. Thanks for the follow. Really, really appreciate your guys' support. I do want to talk about the the security part for Ripple and XRP. So shout out to NG Dubs. It affects XRP long run, with it being considered security to institutional investors. Now, it's not saying that it's a security in the fact that XRP at that moment was a security. What it's saying is that Ripple sold XRP to institutional investors as a round of funding to to perpetrate business, and they bought that round of funding with the expectation of profits. So that's why the institutions are counting as that was a sale of a security. However, when it went over to the masses, it is not a security, and it is a commodity, because you did need it to spend it to get was it NFT projects. It has a network cost. People needed it to do other things within the network. So our sales would be no different than buying currency and holding it, because we knew the value of that country's currency would go up in the future. And that's
Yeah, and all the institutional
speculate.
side, all
No,
the
go ahead.
institution. Oh, sorry. All the institutional side, all that says is pretty much like the way they sold it to institutions was in a security format, like pretty much what Sal said. Uh, it doesn't make it as a whole a security because, we've been saying for the longest, and most XRP holders been saying for the longest, not because out of bias, but because, I mean, if you know the law, you know that the case is bullshit. They didn't have a case to begin with, except for the institutional side. For the institutional side, the way they sold it was a security, but that doesn't mean that long term on institutions, they're going to be like, oh, it's a security. Because no, it's just the institutions that they sold to and they pitched to. That is
Mhm.
what the SEC didn't like. That's literally all it means. It doesn't have an effect long term for institutions at all. And it's funny how NG Dubs is saying all that, yet he's an investor in Hex. So that's just where I'm at with that.
Well, I do want to say this, because the Ripple case, where they labeled the sale of XRP to institutional investors, is a security, which will change how initial coin offerings will operate. They were going to operate exactly like an IPO. Everything will have to be registered, everything will have to follow rules, and that's how coin launches will have to happen in the coming future. I'm betting that's what's going to happen. Shout out to Taryn. Glad to have you in here. Welcome to the live. Thanks for your support. Does XRP tie into Fed now anyway? It ties in with the ISO 222. It's definitely kind of incorporated in there, and with the CBDCs. Now, I myself and many other people in the cryptoverse were not big on the CBDCs. I don't like the method of control. I don't like the tracking. I don't like a lot of it, but I understand where they were going with it. But it can this is like a double-edged sword, and it can fall either way. It could fall on the good side, where it falls on our enemies, and it gives the populace more speed and ability to acquire funds and transfer them, as well as give the unbanked a way of cheap monetary transfers. Because right now, I mean, there are people who will bust their backs for like $500 extra a week, and they're trying to send that overseas to their families to take care of them, and their guys spend another 30, 40, 50, almost $100 of what they earn. So the banks have their ties into everything, and the cryptoverse can break that tie, and hopefully that can happen. However, with CBDCs and what's going on and how they were operated in China, and for a lot of you don't know, China, yes, did have already had a CBDC that was running, though the yuan was on a CBDC network there, and they were testing it out. They could shut down, for dissenting political opinions, anything that can happen that they don't like. They can also they can also do a lot. They can do a lot of damage. Like there's talk about climate change and regulating everyone's carbon footprint, and they could do that with a CBDC. They could just shut your wallet off, and there's nothing you can do until then. So you have no money for any emergencies, nothing. And that's going to be a very, very, very terrible thing. Especially like, what if you hit your carbon footprint and you're in Florida and a hurricane comes in and you got to go buy like charcoal and firewood because it's also, it's raining, it's under 70 degrees, it's a rare event for Florida, and now you're cold, you're hungry, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm not a big fan of that. And a CBDC could also break one of the founding amendments of the United States Constitution of your pursuit of freedom and happiness. It can break that. And that may cause an uproar. But I want you guys to know that it only takes 3 days. Once people run out of food after 3 days, they get into the mentality of time to change the government. So just keep that in mind. So I don't know if they know or anything, but we'll have to see. Let me try to get back here. So
That's an interesting point you just made. Like, I want to emphasize what you just said there, because people talk about the government's control and all that. All it takes is us going without food for 3 days, and we'd want to take over the government, and we would win because we outnumber them.
exactly. I mean, 300 million people storming the Capitol because we ran out of food. You disrupted people's lives. Oh, trust me, all the stupid the party divide and everything, that will end. It'll just be us versus them, and we don't want that. So, and I know they don't want that, so I think it's going to go another way. Shout out to Cali X2. Wish I could go live, but I came into the office today. Well, that's no problem. Listen in chat. Hopefully, you can join us live another time. But he is one of our great moderators, so shout out to him, give him some support. Shout out to Yep It's Buds. Glad to have you in here. What's with the slow up today? Well, we are right now we're on a slow upward tick with crypto because people are taking profits, and people are trying to avoid euphoria and be smart about their money and start taking profits. Shout out to Taryn. Where do you see XRP going? Good investment. I think it's a phenomenal investment now. It has regulation clarity, so it's now one of the safest assets next to Bitcoin in the cryptoverse. Not even Ethereum is technically safe because XRP has more clarity than Ethereum, and the SEC could still loop around and degenerately sue Ethereum. So, but I don't see that happening because the statute of limitations is up on Ethereum, and Ethereum is sufficiently decentralized now, enough for it to not be considered a security. But we'll have to see because, Gary Gensler might be casting some more Hail Marys to try to disrupt the crypto market. So, stay strong. I know if that does happen, we can see another dip, and just stay strong. And that'd be a good point to start dollar cost averaging in again. So, but yes, I am long-term XRP. I have not taken any profits yet. Um, I have not taken any profits yet. I'm still kind of holding for the long term for the next 5 to 7, 10-year period.
I
So
do want to ask this.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, Oh, it's just more of like a debate thing I want to talk about on stream. It's more like, what do you guys now after this case? Since we XRP has more regulatory clarity than ETH does technically. What is like? I keep going through this internal war. Like, what is a better investment ROI wise for next bull run, Ethereum or XRP? Because it makes me love XRP now because XRP it can't be messed with. It's got regulatory clarity. Like nobody can mess with XRP anymore. The only XRP thing that it can mess with is the competition. That's it.
Exactly. And ETH for this bull run, I think ETH has a better potential to make more money because like we're still going to see a one more downward dip before we really get into that bull run. And 2000 ETH is still pretty cheap. Anything less than it's still very cheap, and dollar cost averaging in because if Bitcoin does break 100,000 on this bull run, Ethereum should break 10,000, if not 15,000, and dollar cost averaging right now into ETH will definitely bring you to where you'd like to be in the profit range. Now you will get a nice 10x off of XRP if it does hit the 550 range, but it's possible now. It's has more probability now, but I still think Ethereum has in this next bull run the better opportunity for ROI, whereas XRP though in the next 10 years has a much better chance for ROI. But it also
But see,
depends
here's
on what
my thing
happens with
though.
SEC.
You say that Ethereum could go to 10,000, which I agree. Ethereum will go to 10 to 15,000. I agree with that. But it's like if you're buying right now, especially at 2,000, that's only an 8x.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're buying, in order to get a 10x on Ethereum and your sell target's 10,000, then you need to buy it at $1,000. If you want to make a 10x at $15,000, you needed to buy it 1,500. So that's why like with XRP, if you bought at 50 cents and it goes to $5, that's a 10x. Even buying right, I feel like they both kind of have like the same ROI potential in a way, XRP and ETH.
Yes, exactly. Shout out to NG Dubs. If XRP won the full case, then maybe it would outperform ETH. That is true too if it won the full case. But when I overlooked the case, the like I said, the institutional sales, like I knew that was really like an IPO more than what an ICO is. It's basically an IPO. So that is a sale of securities. So the institutions bought it in the intention of it going up. Now a lot of us that bought it, retail investors, we fall in the category of we're buying currency on speculation. So we are what we purchase is considered commodities because Ripple can't affect or change the price of XRP. Only really we can. The only decision they can is if they can cut the supply, but I don't think they will or can do that at this moment. Shout out to Crypto Dreams. CBDCs will eventually would destroy financial freedom. I hear this from crypto people and gold silver stackers. Yeah, it has the potential, but there also has to be some some regulation and decentralization in it as well for it to make it fair for everybody. Shout out to Kali X2. I'm curious what XRP price will settle at in the near future. It it definitely will. It definitely will break $1, but we're not. Don't listen to the degenerate price speculations out there. I know I hear 10, 500, $50, $589, 1,000 XRP. No, that's not happening. We're going to get at probably at high a buck 25, and that would beat the all-time high I had when I was in dollar cost averaging in invest in the past 2 years. Shout out to Cosmic Comic. I think Pulse Chain will outperform ETH. Pulse Chain from 0.001 to zero point 0.1 in bull. Really, this news kind of pulls up everything. So as long as Pulse Chain can be proven as the same case as Ripple, and then it gets clarity. It instantly gets clarity, and then it instantly goes up. That's what I'm saying. Like as soon as people figure out that you use the Ripple case as a stepping stone, and then it's either is or isn't, and once it is, it just gonna rocket. So just be prepared for that. But we do appreciate you coming back in here, Cosmic Comic. Glad to have you in here. Thanks for your support. Welcome in, Hot Dog 69. Good name there. Just don't go all in on anything. Diversity is key, absolutely, and just never invest your life savings. Always, be cautious and invest only in what you can afford to lose, as well as make sure that you are diversifying your investments and hedging your bets on things. So like I hedge by buying a small amount of like another coin that's doing the same thing, or stocks. I kind of take invest into their competitor in like a 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 ratio, which means if I'm strong on stock A or coin A, I'll get, for every 3 coins of that, I get 1 coin of its competitor, if that makes sense for you guys. That's usually how I invest. Um, Thank you guys for coming in. Gala goes 30x next bull run. That does stage a good point too, because right now, let me just stop this. Right now, we're seeing coins are going to have easier times being labeled as either security or an invest or a commodity and not a security. So that goes the same with those gaming tokens, especially those play to earn, because those are going to be instantly figured out that, oh wait, these are the same thing as XRP, and they're going to start skyrocketing. And they're already prepped for a bull run with GTA 6 coming in and announcing that they're going to possibly do a earn to play crypto and either use an existing one or create their own. So, but a Gala can go up in that next bull run with that. Shout out to Cosmic Comic. Thank you for being real on XRP price. Hey, that's what I'm doing. I was a trader, for 9 years. Like you're not going to win by thinking outrageous prices. You're always going to have great portfolio gains if you think realistically in your
I've
prices.
always hated that about the XRP community. The 589, it's impossible for XRP to hit $1,000, in my opinion. Like,
Yes,
or anything like that. Like Sal's been saying, I see $5 to $10 next bull run, but more conservatively, I think $5 is the better bet. Because I mean, look at something like Litecoin. Litecoin hit its all-time high in 2017, and then in the 2021 bull run, it hit the same all-time high and then it dumped. It double topped, except at a later date. So the same thing could happen with XRP. It could hit all-time high and it can either hit a double top there, or we could slightly go above all-time high and we go to, say, a closer number like $5. That's what I see likely. If you sell at $5 and you have like 20,000 XRP, you already made six figures there. So
exactly. Shout out to Crypto Man. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. Thanks for the support. Shout out to Turkey88. What do you think of XCN? I've seen that. I haven't really thought about it. Like I said, there's a lot of cryptos out there. I don't really do a lot, but I can do a deep dive on it a little later. But if it does anything with the new ISO systems, it's probably going to be headed for a new all-time high in this bull run. Shout out to Phoenix. Good morning to you too, buddy. Glad to have you in here. Thanks for all your support. Another one of our great followers. Shout out to Cosmic Comic. You don't need clarity for price action, but I understand what you're saying. Diversity is not key. That's a good plan for Warren Buffett because he has so much money. It's true. You first got to pick the realm of investments that you want to get wealthy in, and that's either going to be real estate, stocks, or now crypto. Or you start a business. I started a business. I don't recommend that for anybody. That was the hardest path in my entire life to get there, and it's still hard as we had a pretty bad accident with one of the crews yesterday. So, and now I'm down like 3 guys again in an already tough labor market. But things happen. I'm glad everybody made it out of there safe and sound. Like I said, insurance covers everything else, but nothing even really bad happened to the client stuff. But it's all fun. It's all part of the thing. But diversity will happen. You need to diversify once you get your investments make that bag. Then you gotta diversify out. Shout out to Cali X2. I'm thinking XRP will push close to just over $1 in the near future. Exactly. I'm thinking at the highest a buck 25, but we will see $1 either today or tomorrow because people are just going to be buying. And today is payday for many retail investors, so they're probably going to be buying. Shout out to Original 606. I like that name. Shout out to you just for that name. What about trading bots? Do you recommend try? I tried. My brother and I. My brother's really good coder. He wrote his. We kind of wrote our own bot. I helped guide him what I needed to do. He wrote it. I learned some coding off him from doing it, as we did try to do it all ourselves. It works. It doesn't work. I think it's just kind of a gimmick right now, because no computer, machine, program, or AI can fully understand human intention and human emotion. It just can't.
It
It,
can.
it it's we are impossible to predict fully. We can kind of get some ranges, but understanding human action is kind of like trying to find an electron in quantum physics. Wherever you look, it won't be there. That's kind of how human intent is.
You can say, one person can say, oh, humans are typical, humans are simpletons, and human this. But one good thing you can say about humans is you can't predict our psychology. Our psychology is something that cannot be predicted. What our next move is, because humans are also emotional creatures too, and AI can't predict
Exactly.
that. AI can only
Exactly.
predict numbers. It's good at predicting numbers, it's good at predicting data, but when it comes to human, brains and psychology, AI can't do that.
No, there are limitations to what all these AI and bots can do, and I think people are overselling it as to what they are. They don't really have human intelligence. They really have like a very basic form of intelligence, and but they do ignore a lot of rules that we subconsciously follow, such as like we won't if we were told not to do something by someone else, most of us generally would not try to harm that person to and then go and continue doing it. We would say no, okay, I won't do it. So the AI bots right now are definitely like, I'm going to do what I want because this is what you programmed me to do. Shout out to Cosmic Comic again. No price per coin is impossible. There is no cap, but it will be crazy hard to get that high. Yeah, that's very true. And there really is no cap, but this might be the first bull run where we're no longer tying crypto valuations to market caps and the market cap ranges of the market. We're going to tie it to what the actual coin and itself does. Ooh, excuse me. And shout out to Cosmic Comic again. What was your business? Well, I own a moving company. I own a detail shop. I have a property management, and I own now 150 doors, and I just keep adding as much as I can when I can. And the links are on YouTube. You can go to my detail shop and moving are on have their own YouTube channels. So if you want to go support those and check out those videos, you can. The links are in the description on YouTube. Shout out to Tate 1971. Is there a cooling period on Uphold? There is if you do the bank transfer, but there isn't if you use the card. If you just use it as a credit card transaction, I learned that the hard way too. But also, if you are working up to being a high volume buying and selling and moving stuff off, they will limit you as sometimes if I put in like a $10,000 buy, sometimes they won't go through because they're just so large. Um, Shout out to Comic Cosmic. Thoughts on XRP buyback? Would Ripple want a higher or lower price per XRP during a buyback? To be honest with you, I don't think Ripple really wants cares of any price about it, which is why it's not labeled as a security. They're just going to let it do its thing. I don't think a buyback from Ripple is going to happen, but I do think a buyout from the Fed, the central bank of the U.S., will be something that might happen in the future with XRP, because the United States federal government is very good at one thing, and it's overbuying assets just
Yep,
to
they
take.
overbuy. I mean, they're the largest holders of Bitcoin, right? The U.S. government.
Um, I don't think so.
That's
I
what I've
don't
been
think
seeing
so.
a lot.
But
I've
they
been
could
seeing
be
that.
buying it
So a
because
lot of people.
they haven't said anything.
What do you think about
No, but go ahead.
I've been seeing a lot of people talk about Caspa recently. What do you think about Caspa?
Yeah, I haven't really looked into it, but I do see. I was going to look into it later today. There are a lot of people that are saying tying it to the Ripple case and the XRP case. So we'll have to see. But I don't. I really don't. I really don't know anything yet, so I can't say one way or the other. I have to kind of dig into it and then and I'll be able to give my opinion on it. Shout out to Original 606. Just like everyone got excited over XRP, how would AI understand that? Exactly. It can't understand emotion. It can only understand it. Like there was one bot that someone launched, and it took a $200 million flash loan to secure a $3 profit. So, like that's what the bots are designed to do. And it's just funny that they'll do things like that, but that shows you how irrational a bot actually is, and it can't predict the irrationality of human nature. Shout out to Jay Stacks. Are you liking this little crypto pump? I do like. I'm excited for the news. I'm excited that it probably woke a lot of people up, and more people are going to come into the crypto space, because in order for us to get to that 10 trillion to $12 trillion market cap, we're going to have more retail investors in here. That's just a matter of time. I'll let Cody. What are some of your thoughts on this crypto pump here? Are you there, Cody?
Sorry, I'm trying to take a shower because I got to go to work soon.
No problem. That's right. We're getting up to 10 o'clock here, so our time. So yeah, Cody's gonna have to leave a little bit, but we're definitely going to see. This is going to cause some euphoria for the next few days, which is why I'm just waiting and seeing, because I know people are going to start taking profits, and then I'm going to start dollar cost averaging in again, and I might take some profits at the end of today for myself, so I can maybe reinvest at a lower point again, or just kind of just wait on the sidelines. Shout out to Cosmic Comic. MCAP has never mattered, though. It's just the end result of the equation, dependent on independent variables. Central bank buyout, no way. I'd love to see it, but still, they want a lower price for that. That's kind of true, but like the government, it's just they'll buy it at a degenerate price to get people to sell everything. But Cosmic Comic is right. Price absolutely matters on buyback. Shout out to Mom's 6.7. Forgive me, new to crypto trading. When you take profit, are you actually selling your crypto? Yes, you're selling out your crypto, taking your profit, and either taking it out as cash and going someplace else with it, or what a lot of people do is they switch it out into stable coins, which I don't really recommend to go into stable coins, especially since that's the only part of the crypto world I think needs some regulation. They the I would take it out, leave it as cash, and then you can reinvest it back in. I have a separate account. I take my profits out, put it into that bank account, and when it's ready to be redeployed, I'm gonna throw in, I'm gonna throw it back into the crypto world. But that's what we mean when we're taking profit. We are selling our crypto. Shout out to Tate 1971. What do you think about XLM? I think XLM has a strong case now. They're probably going to get labeled just like everyone else, not a security, and they are definitely going to be headed towards some good all-time highs. Uh, I don't have a bag in XLM, but I do know a lot of people who have XRP have XLM as well. It was definitely a good hedge as you made money off of both bags, so you had the perfect scenario right there. Shout out to Cosmic Comic again. Thoughts on self custody yield? Where do you mine? The only one I really stake right now is dot and dot and oops, can we put that there? Dot. I focus on Dot and Atom because I have them in my DeFi wallet, and I stake Dot for like 11% and Cosmos for 20%. I do like it, but when it comes time for the bull run, like sometime next year, you want to start uh, unstaking them so that you can get the cash out your profits in there. But also be careful about some yields because they are degenerate, and some places are offering like 50%, 100%, 134% yield, and you want to be careful because a lot of those they're bad validators or things like that, or you're don't be staking to programs that are lending out money because then your stuff gets locked up. Shout out to Crypto Dream. A lot of people sell what they put in and let the rest ride. Exactly. That's also a good way. Shout out to Mom's 6.7. You're welcome. Thank you. Just let my XRP sit. Um, glad to have you. Glad that you are making that decision. If you want, because you can let it sit for a little bit, but if you do change your mind, that's perfectly fine. It's human nature. And if you feel that the new point is comfortable for you to take profits, then I would suggest taking profits. What kind of yield percent? Shout out to Cosmic Comic. Hex is doing 40% APY daily. Inflation pays the yields to stakers. Liquid staking exists too. Yeah, all those things are great, but like there are some that are like crypto lend that still say crypto lending and like DeFi staking and stuff. And you want to make sure you're going with a smart, active place that you can stake in DeFi accounts and everything. Uh, I also really don't stake a lot of other coins. A lot of them are just buy and holds, like kind of like my stock portfolio, just buy and hold and just ride it out. Um, Shout out to Robert Fernand. Hope I got that name right. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate you in here. Is crypto lending self custody like what you are mentioning? It can be, but like there were the platforms like the Voyager and Celsius platforms, they were custodial wallets, but you can go to a DeFi wallet and lend to it. But the thing is, it becomes impossible to unstake that. So, and I think that'd be a better way to go because at least you don't lose the money, but it becomes just hard to unstake it. Because if you put it on a custodial wallet in like a Voyager Celsius case, then you might end up losing out on everything because the crypto is technically not yours. So yes, I'm all about self custody too. I don't really like anyone being a middleman of my own finances. I barely like the banks as it is for my businesses. So I'm all about making sure it's your keys, your crypto. But I definitely appreciate you guys for thinking alive. And I just want to also guys let you know, I know that we're getting people going on Patreon, signing up on Patreon and signing up for subscriptions on TikTok, which I didn't even know was a thing on TikTok. I thought you just got followers. Anyone who does subscribe, I am coming out with a Be Degenerate for with the Simply Investing logo. So if anyone wants to subscribe, definitely private DM me and I'll get you your address and send you a shirt because I appreciate your support there.
I just finished my shower, but I will say my goal is to accumulate at least 20,000 XRP. Because I say if you want to make life changing money on XRP, in my opinion, this is my opinion, you need at least 20,000. That's just my opinion on life changing gains with XRP. You need 20,000 or more XRP.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's true too. You need a lot of that. Shout out to NG Dubs. Do you plan on doing deep dives into Hex, Pulse Chain, and Chia in the future? I was actually going to do it yesterday night, but unfortunately, one of my drivers had an accident and tipped the truck, so I was out till 4 o'clock in the morning last night dealing with that, and I still got to go now and handle all the insurance paperwork. So I will be doing a live. I will be doing deep dives on those. It'll just come a little later. So I do apologize on that because I know I've been delaying the Hex and Pulse Chain one. I will get that out to you guys, and of course it will debut on Patreon first. Link is in the bios in the description, and then it will come out on
I'll let
YouTube.
Sal. I'll let Sal do the talking on that stream, just because for everybody who doesn't know, besides NG Dubs, me personally, Hex and Pulse Chains are not good buys in my opinion. They're both scams, but that's just what I've concluded from my research. We could all be wrong, but right now, Hex and Pulse Chain scam.
Exactly. So shout out to Cosmic Comic. Twitter is starting to pay creators. Yes, I heard that. I got to get up to a certain following on Twitter too, but I'm not really active on there as much as everyone else is. Shout out to Cosmic Crypto again. I love Hex and Pulse Chain and Pulse X. Self-custody yield like crazy. Explain the scam, please. And we'll explain that all in. I'll go over my thoughts on it, and I'll give you why some people would think it is a scam in the deep dive from a trader perspective of there. I know Cody has his opinions, and it's like everything is valid. Both sides have valid points to it, but you also got to be careful because, like I said, Bernie Madoff met everyone's due diligence, and then 38 years or 48 years later, turned out nobody had anything.
Richard Hart isn't a sustainable human being. Despite all the good things he says about quitting alcohol and quitting smoking, I don't think he says good things, but as far as business perspective and making moves in finance, that's not Richard Hart. Richard Hart is very unprofessional, and it's not even my gripes on Hex and Pulse Chain isn't even really much on Richard Hart. Despite that Richard Hart is a shitty human being, he really is. But it's more of the fundamentals of Hex and Pulse Chain and how it works. To me, it's just obvious. I mean, a lot of people are talking about the yield and the self custody. All of that there is to reel you in. Just like FTX is zero trading fees, just like Bernie Madoff. All of those things are made to where you feel like, oh, well, everybody says it's a scam. It's like, no, Hex and Pulse Chain from the start, when it comes to what they mailed out to people, Richard Hart's website, everything about it screams scam. And I'm an open-minded person. I just want to let you guys know that I'm very open-minded. When I see a crypto project, I do research. I do hours of research. I've never said this about any other coin besides Hex in my 3 years almost of being in crypto.
Well, exactly. Well, like I said, I will discuss everything on that deep dive. I definitely will. Let me just put that in there. I definitely will have you, and it will be live too, so you guys can interact and give me your thoughts and everything. I know NG Dubs is saying a lot, but also, do you think Pepe Coin will be one of the top meme coins next bull run? It probably will. Probably actually beat out Doge with the amount of people that are running with that meme.
Yeah,
but we're really here to talk about XRP and the crypto space as a whole. Not really, going to blanket dive on Hex and Pulse Chain. There are some fair points. Like I said, there's some red flags. I got my research down. I got my everything done. But I will be reaching out to you guys and let you guys know when that will drop. So we'll just have to wait and see there. I know a lot of you guys are for it. I know some of you guys are against it, but we'll have to wait until that live drops and we can go over that. And hopefully I have time. And shout out to Cosmic Comic. I'll be ready to debate any BS. So I'm glad that you're ready, because I do need some people on Hex, Words of Hex, to come in, and I do need some dissenting people on Hex to come in.
Oh, and I'm ready too.
In order for us to have a proper debate, we need two sides.
Yeah, just like how he says he's ready to debate. Shoot, I'm ready to debate too because I have a lot of valid. It's not even just classic talking points. I feel like all the Hex supporters are classic talking points. They all spit out the same Richard Hart bullcrap, and the Hex supporters can say, "Oh well, you guys that are against Hex, all you guys say is that it's a scam, and you guys have no. Trust me, bro. There's many reasons why people call Hex and Pulse Chain a
Mhm.
scam. Like I'm smarter than that. Like you can't play me as a dummy. Like I'm smarter than that. There are reasons why that most people have a bad standing on it. There's reasons, and just like how there's reasons for people to have be bullish on it, and I see those reasons only because they're being sold a lie. They're being sold a dream. And I feel like all these Hex supporters will see that within the next year or 2 years. You're being sold a dream. You could just buy Bitcoin, XRP, Quant, Polkadot. You'll be better off. But no, Hex is selling a dream.
Exactly. Well, shout out to TY. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate you there. But we're also coming to the end of this live because I do have a couple businesses to run, so I got to get those started. So shout out to ND Dub Sal. You understand, understand first. Well, like I said, you got to understand everything, go from both sides. Like I said, I'm not opposed to making money where it happens. Where it happens, it happens. Where you can make it is where you can make your money. But at the same time, just got to be careful with it. Know what you're getting into, and know where you want to go with it, and
I
make sure you
hate
have an exit plan on anything that you invest in.
I hate how every time I talk about Hex, people tell me that, oh, well, you need to do more research. Sounds like you don't know. The reason why I have such a strong standing against Hex to begin with is because of all my research. I didn't just look at Hex and look at what people said and said, oh, scam. To me, it almost feels like the Hex supporters looked at Hex and saw the good things about what people are saying about Hex and said, it's here to stay. Like, basically, like, logically, what I'm saying is both of us could say the same things about each other.
Mm-hmm.
I could say that you are in an echo chamber and that you don't know what you're talking about. And the Hex supporter could say the same thing about me. But the difference is, I have my own reasons on research and how financial markets work. And a lot of financial advisors and people who have been in this finance industry longer than me or NG Dubs or even Sal has been alive would tell you that it's a blatant scam. It's not even just all based off what they say or what they feel. There's reasons. It's not emotion that I'm feeling. There's reason. It's not, oh, Cody doesn't like money. Cody doesn't like Hex because, oh, he just hates new innovation and he's just a hater. He doesn't know what he's talking. No. No, that's not me. I have a very open mind when it comes to investing. I don't marry any coin. As much as I like Quant, I don't marry Quant. As much as I like Ethereum, I don't marry Ethereum. It's just there's a reason why I'm against Hex, and I think it's useless. And people will see within the next year to two
Mm-hmm.
years. Sal, what was that one coin that you were telling people was a scam, and people were arguing with you left and right, telling you
That
that it
was
wasn't a scam, and you don't know what you're talking.
that was the Parma token, and now it's completely gone. The website's gone, everything's gone, and it's now been dumped into the crypto
See,
graveyard. Um,
literally, what NG Dubs and that other guy is saying were the same things that people were saying about Parma token. You don't know what you're talking about. It's not a scam, no, but it was.
well, to be fair, it's like I said, there are scams, then there are Bernie Madoff level scams, and then there are things that look like scam. Just like I said, like I will be honest with you guys. When I first heard of Bitcoin in like 2013, 2013, 2014, like I too thought, what is this? This is a scam. Get out of here with this. We all think that, and sometimes that happens, and you are allowed to have a change your opinion down the road. You don't have to think that one thing is better than the other, things like that. So, and once you set your mind on something, doesn't necessarily mean you can't change in the future. And same thing, like you may think Hex isn't a scam, and then you really look at a day and say, oh well, maybe he's got some points there, or
It would take a lot.
or somebody who might be saying Hex is a scam, and then they hear some of the other talking points like, oh well, maybe not. My thing that kind of gives me some red flags, I don't really say anything is a scam until I got like 100 red flags. My saying it's not a scam until it's got more red flags in a Chinese parade. So I can't say it's like the only thing that really just kind of piques my interest in going into Hex is that when you're guaranteeing percent yields, that's kind of a big no-no in the financial industry. Like I cannot go and advertise to people. I can't go and advertise to people that that we can't do certain things, and I can guarantee certain price percentages and things like that. I can only say this is my performance and it is what it is. Like I can't say I can guarantee you 15% yields on your portfolio. I absolutely can't do that. But I can say, hey, my track record here's how I performed in the crash, here I performed well in the bull run, another crash, here's how I performed and readjusted and things like that. So, it is what it is what it is sometimes. And like I said, sometimes some things look like a scam, and then you make the decision. You look like for me in Bitcoin, I had a perfect opportunity really to get in Bitcoin when I could have spent $10,000 and would be phenomenally rich now. But I didn't because I said, "What the hell is this? This is a scam. I don't know anything about the cryptoverse. This is
That
stupid."
is very true. You have valid points. Everything you just said is all valid, And if Hex turns out to be a scam, I mean, if it turns out not to be a scam, I will come on here and I will, say that I was wrong. I would have apologized to NG Dubs and everybody. I would apologize.
Exactly.
I would apologize and I would actually say why I was wrong. But my conclusion is based off of research and what it is, what's actually out there. Not,
Mhm.
and my mind could change, but it would take a lot for Hex and Post Chain to change my mind. It would take a
Mhm.
lot.
Shout out to Derek. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. Shout out to Heather Carrierich. Hope I got that name right. Thanks for the follow too. Shout out to Caddy, Hexon, Richard. Hart is garbage. So as you can see, we got people on both sides. It's gonna be interesting to see that live.
Yes.
I will start posting when it will be so everyone can have time to get going on it. But I will say this, I do have to go. I do see my phone starting to blow up. So I do have to go. I'm not trying to abandon you guys on this thought. I know that we got people going back and forth on both TikTok and on the chat here. So really appreciate you guys coming in here. Thanks for Cosmic Comic. I'm sure you're going to be on here. Like and follow us on YouTube as well. And for those of you guys that want to help support the channel, and you want to join our Patreon, we do have a lot of great things coming. I have interviews that are only going to be exclusive to Patreon with other business owners that I network with and invest with. And definitely, I enjoy anyone that wants to come on live and speak their opinion and chat. We definitely appreciate it. We'll definitely give you a shot there to speak your voice. But if you're a Hexican and want to speak, or if you want to speak against Hex, I'm hopefully gonna have it. Probably not next week, but probably have to be Sunday afternoon. I do have a lot of work going on, and it's going to be very busy for me on my moving side. So with that said, guys, really appreciate all your support. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the subscribes. And if you guys want to, like I said, the Patreon link is in my bio on TikTok and in the description on YouTube. And also, give us some follows and subscribes there. We're trying to get to 10,000 followers and 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And if you guys want to watch the replays of all our lives, they're on Rumble and YouTube as well. So definitely have fun, go through there, see some of our points, because a lot of us are pretty congruent that are pretty congruent with what we're trying to do. But thank you guys. I do have to go. I have to head over to my warehouse ASAP, so I'm gonna make this quick. Thank you guys. definitely have a good day. Don't invest more than what you are willing to risk, and have a wonderful day. We're going to get back at it later today. Hopefully, I got a real busy day going on, so I will talk to you guys later. And thanks for all your support.